guys hear that? The Hive is coming. Oh my God, the Hive. Everybody freak out. Oh my God, how dare you leave Twitter. Ah! That's a summary. That's almost a summary of what happened today. Welcome everybody to the Monday show. My name is Zach. This is Zach Talks Tech. It's where I talk about tech and stuff. And this is relevant. Last week it was Mastodon. This week it's the Hive. Or Hive. We got the phone on standby. Got the phone on standby here. Wow. There's Zach Buzzes Tech. There we go, Genos. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for taking time out of your evening to join me here. I appreciate it. If you're new to the live streams, if it's your first time here, welcome. If you don't have time for the whole thing, I will be putting chapters in at the end, so you can come back, watch this later on, put chapters in so it's relevant for you. I will do my best to make sure I'm chapterizing. Is that a word? The topics and things like that. But man, I gotta tell you, listen. I gotta preface this because there's gonna be a lot of comparisons naturally and whatnot. First of all, I don't think Twitter's going anywhere. Second of all, why are you so upset if other people are looking at new apps and exploring things? There's no exodus. There's no everybody's going. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. These are some examples. These apps did not blow up overnight. It took time, in some cases years. I didn't join Facebook till it was around publicly for about 4 years. That was back then. And the way I heard about Facebook, for example, was I was working at a tech job, and a bunch of people in the call center that I was walking through were talking about it. I'm like, okay, I better go check out this thing. And I remember the first thing the gal I heard talking about, she's like, Zach, it's so addictive. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. No, it was like crack back then. It was great. Not that I knew what crack is. Anyway, so yeah, relax, people. Listen. And as for Twitter shutting down and things like that, no, it's not happening. If people are not leaving Twitter, I'm not leaving Twitter. I'm insane to. It's my second largest platform, if not my largest, my most interactive platform. I'll tell you that much. It's going to take a lot to get rid of Twitter, and in my opinion, it'll be two factors. One, people leaving, and two, advertisers. And Elon Musk is on quote saying that kind of thing. He's on file saying that. He's on record, whatever you want to call it, right? So, those of you that with an open mind and have questions about Hive are here, and those that don't want to hear the truth, whatever you want to call it, are not watching this stream and maybe just watching the headlines and stuff like that. So hey, cool, I get you. If you're new here, I like to look at all different angles of whether it's a product, a brand, in this case a social media app, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of positive things to look at with Hive. I have a lot of questions after seeing people that I trust more with security information and questionnaires and whatnot than I would even think of. Okay, same thing with Mastodon and stuff like that. So, but also you got to wonder what's going on over at Twitter when they've they've gotten rid of half the teams that take care of those kind of things. So, like I've summed up last week, it's a different era. Social media is changing. Either get with the times or go down with the sinking ship. It's up to you. But there's no harm in checking things out. So I spent most of the day between my other job there, going on Hive and buzzing. I don't know if they call it buzzing or hiving or what. I don't know if they figured out nicknames. I saw some kind of cute puns out there and everything like that. And yes, I know you're looking at the streaming going, what's all the buzz about? Listen, I had to take advantage of the title. I have to take advantage of this because nobody else has done it on YouTube yet, and I wanted to take advantage of it. I'd be stupid not to. Okay, this is a good title. It's punny, and it's stupid. It's cringe. All right, you're here, aren't you? Anyway, I know. I agree with you, Tech 702. I guess it depends on your perspective. But there's definitely a lot of questions, and there's no issues. There's no there's nothing wrong with checking things out. I checked out the Vero app. You guys have heard about this a little bit. It's fun over there. It's a little bit different. It's definitely a lot different from Instagram, but I mean, that's just another example. Mastodon, different example. I think one of the things that Mastodon has going against it, unfortunately, is misinformation, not enough information, and it's very intimidating, almost. Like we talked about this last week, even when I did the live stream of setting up an account and everything. Hive is a lot easier. So when you compare Hive to Mastodon, of course, hey, it's you know, it is what it is. People are going to be comparing whatnot. Now, I don't think Mastodon and Hive are trying to be Twitter clones at all. Some people have called this. They don't want to be that. They want to be different. But of course, they have picked elements. They have picked things from each of these apps that look nice. If I had to describe Hive, and you guys have probably heard this today, I would say it's a combination of Twitter and Instagram, but then adopted by MySpace. And you're like, what? MySpace used to have music and stuff like that on your pages and everything. Hive is doing something similar. It's very cool. So, anyway, we're going to dive into the app. I've got it loaded up here on Android. Now, one thing I want to be really clear about, let me just go ahead and get rid of some of these notifications. I got people showing up. I got the Hive notifications on for some reason. One thing I want to point out is that Hive is apparently run by 3 people now. It might be 4. At the time when I read the first articles and information about this morning, it was 2 people, but then it was 3, and I guess now it's 4. Excuse me. And they're adding on more people. They've been fundraising. They've hit 1 million active users. This past weekend, 80,000 people signed up apparently, and it crashed them. They are definitely in the infancy of being a social media app. Any of the articles and whatnot that you read today about them will mention that, and some really good articles from CNET, TechCrunch, and Forbes was the main article that I got most of my information from. Okay. That being said, you should temper your expectations. This is not a complete and polished piece of social media. Hell, even Facebook was not what it is now back in the day. It wasn't even close. Go look at screenshots of the old Facebook back in the day. Not even close to what it is now. Not even close. There's familiarity, like the wall and things like that. But I mean, as for status and polls and like, it's completely different, right? I think the same thing will probably happen with Hive if it takes off, if people embrace it. It's ultimately up to the people. It's ultimately up to users to go over there, and if Twitter decides to do something to really, tick people off, that's it, right? They should change the name to the Blue Oyster, TK says here. So if you're watching the replay, we are interacting and talking with the live chat here, and definitely taking the questions and comments and whatnot. So anyway, good question here. That's probably a good way to kind of start things off. How long have they been going for? We'll be going through the about section of Hive, but apparently it's been since about 2019. So they're still a very young app. So 3+ years, we'll say. And literally started by 1 or 2 people kind of thing. Right. So it's been kind of interesting doing some digging on that and finding out who the backers are, where the money might be coming from. There's a lot of things. There's security concerns. There are definitely security concerns from what I've read about Hive. Again, you need to take it upon yourself whether you want to do this or not. I want to be really clear. This is not a stream that's sponsored by or paid for by Hive. This is me being interested in this and how social media is changing and whatnot with Elon Musk buying Twitter and how things have been upset and the establishment and this and that have been changed and reinstating accounts and whatnot, whether you agree with it or not. This is me taking a full-on interest in this. So it's up to you whether during this stream or after or whatever, if you decide to download and make a Hive account. Completely up to you. We're going to be exploring the app, asking the questions, having that conversation, right? That's it. That's what this is. So I think we're going to jump in here once I wet my palate a little bit more, or what do you want to call it? Because it's dry. It's a dry winter. All right, people. So Mastodon. So we're going to do this. This is the overhead camera. Now, I was pointing this out before. My understanding is that did I say Mastodon? Wow. Hive. My understanding is that the Hive iOS version, the Apple version, the one you get in your iPhone, is a lot more polished and a lot more fun and easier to navigate and use. I'm going to be showing you guys the Android one only because, ironically enough, this camera right here, this camera right here is my iPhone. And I have no interest in trying to get my Pixel going and whatnot. I didn't have it pre-set up and everything, okay? So we will be looking at it on my Pixel phone here. So let's just dive in here. I have it under a section here called New Social Apps. So Vero, Hive, Mastodon. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open. And as you guys can see, probably because of user overload and whatnot, it is quite slow to get going here. This is the Android app, but again, this is the new one right here. So right away, I've been being told to contact. Okay, so this is your home feed, if you want to call it that. Actually, it's probably easier if I just put this down. This is your home feed, if you want to call it that. Okay, and this is in chronological order of the people you follow. And as you can see here, you can heart or like someone's post. You can obviously hit the comment here and hit the comment, or you can basically repost it. I don't know what the exact terminology is that they're using. We know that there's retweets, this and that, right? TK, behave, man. BK, behave, please. Gonna go through here. So testing links here. We have we got Devlon here. Devlon, who decided to post a link here. Yeah, there's no integration. That's one of the things right away with the links. If you put like a link for an article, for a publication or a YouTube link or whatever. Okay, so TechWare is calling them a rebuzz. I don't know if these terms are are permanent or whatever, but that's it. But as you can see here, for example, with the YouTube here, it's just showing just the link. You don't get like a preview or anything like that. I don't know if he could have integrated a picture with that as well. It's obviously up to him. And you can obviously put up polls right away. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you put out what's called, I think they're calling it a buzz. Like when you put out the equivalent of tweet, they're calling it a buzz, I guess. And we'll keep on going through here. So 1 million users after surge of signups. That was one of the TechCrunch articles that I referred to there. I do have it up on my screen here. We're definitely going to go through that. They did retweet. It's ironic. The majority of the information and things I'll be showing you guys tonight actually come from Twitter. So I'm using another social media app to show off another. But I mean, think about how you found out about Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. You probably found out from another social media app, right? Purposely Pixel. It's got a nice picture here, Lenny Bonds. So we'll go ahead and heart that. And as you can see, it's just a little bit slow there. It was a lot slower earlier today. It looks like it's kind of sped up. You can go through here. Now, if I wanted to go to, say, Lenny's page here, this is what Lenny's page will look like here. I'll bring it up closer here. So he's put a bunch of hashtags and links and whatnot in here for his page. He's got his banner up there. So very similar to Twitter. Very similar, as you guys can see here. And you can scroll through and look at the things he has here. You can also, at the top here, click on pictures only, or go to text only. Okay, and as you can see here, it's a little bit slow to load, or this is everything. It does skip around a little bit because, again, the Android app is not as polished. My understanding from a tweet reply that I saw from, again, ironic, from a tweet reply that I saw from Hive today, is that they're polishing this up and hope to have a nice rollout of an improved Android experience by Thursday. That's my understanding. Okay, again, people, very much in the infancy. All right, so we can actually go to the search tool right here. I guess that's what you want to call it. And from here, this very much reminds me of almost like TikTok, or kind of like a For You page, where you can go through you can go through what's trending. Who said this? Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to steal that. That's a good one. Come on, man. This is fun. We are in uncharted. Don't tell me you're not having fun with this. We are in uncharted territory, people. Let me tell you. Okay. So anyway, you can go through this and you can read these, the different topics. We got trending, for you, new, music. There's actually a tech. So if I go to the tech trending, it's like I said, it's a little bit slow to load, but I can click on any of these. I can click on this setup here. This one's been coming up all day today. And look at these. Again, they're a little bit slow to load. And away you go. So that's kind of your trending. And from here as well is where you would search for people. Okay. It's been interesting searching for people and looking for names, because the search is not the best right now. So for example, if you were to search for someone's at handle, it wouldn't show up. But if you look for their full name with no spaces, you would find it. Okay. And that's just, how things are right now. I'm sure they're going to be improving on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Now we'll go to the notifications. These are my notifications. Okay. These are when people have replied to me, followed me, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. And people are asking questions, how long has MassUp been around? I was going to reply to this person, but the show started. You can see I can add people as a friend, things like that. You can see what posts they've liked or hearted. Okay. I can chat with Jason here, for example, because him and I are connected. So I can do a DM with him. We can chat. Okay. Okay. This right here is my page right here. And I'm going to go through the settings page here with you guys in a little bit as well. Okay. But again, you can set up things like, you can see I've got my star sign there. You can put your, your pronouns on there if you want to, whatever you need to do. Obviously you got your handle, you got your name, etc., things like that. Okay. Going through the post here. So you can see here, earlier today, I put a link for the stream. As you can see, there's no preview, right? But we got the hashtags here. So if I click on the Twitter tag that I used, stuff is supposed to show up. But a million people on there right now, right? So yeah, again, temper your expectations, people. Temper. Genos is asking about the iJustine account. Now, it's interesting that you mentioned this. I'm going to mention this side note thing before I show. When I went to this song, why does this always show up? Let's go ahead and skip that. Okay. When I went to the Hive Twitter account today, it was interesting. iJustine and two other people that I knew were following them. As of this evening, there's 17 of you that we also follow each other that are following. When you go to a Twitter account, you can see who else of your people that you follow or follow you also follow an account. So people are jumping on board with this, or at least people in my circles and whatnot. So that's been interesting to see. Let's take a look. So Genos is asking about the Justine, because there have been people holding on to handles, and Hive did say that they are going to work on this so it doesn't happen, or so people get back to their name. So you can see this person. I don't know if this is a real name. It's public. It doesn't really matter. But this person is sitting on top of the Justine handle. Okay. If I were to do a search, someone showed me this today in a reply. If I were to do a search for Fortnite, as an example, look how many accounts show up showing Fortnite. So they're supposed to be fixing this so there's only one handle per. It's a current bug that they know of. It's something that they're working on. Okay. So if you're worried about holding on to your handle or whatnot, I would say jump on there, grab it, log off, where you go. Otherwise, they're still working on that. I don't know if they're going to be doing a cross verification type purpose or service kind of thing or whatnot. That kind of leads me to one of the concerns that they have. If you guys are all concerned with Vox here, and he brought this up, and I kind of went down into a rabbit hole with this, and I would definitely encourage the rest of you to definitely take a look at this. You made a big point here saying Hive is run by two people. I guess technically it's three now that you know nothing about. There's no two-factor authentication. There's no reason to trust them with your data security, just to be clear. So I definitely went down that rabbit hole today, and found out some other the security concerns or whatnot. And there's definitely a lot of questions I do want to say one thing about that, and this is not to be cynical or to kind of be dismissive of this. Who really can you trust with your data nowadays? If you're not paying for a product, you are the product, and that's pretty much true in all social media and whatnot. So anyway, definitely something to think about there. There's no two-factor as it is right now. I had to sign up with my phone number because apparently their login process wasn't working properly or telling people what to do properly. You had to make a password using numbers, letters, uppercase, lowercase, and special characters. They didn't put in their information, in the list of what you need to do for a password, that you have to put special characters. Once you put those special characters in there, things apparently would work. So that's definitely one of them. Yeah. Anywho, let's move on here. I want to show you guys the Hive website here. Now, I've put links down in this stream here, down in the description, for both the iOS app and the Android app, so you can find them. They'll take you directly to it. You can download it. Away you go. I want to take you guys to the Hive website, which is hivesocial.app. Okay, and we're going to go through kind of the about us, the information that we have here. Okay, so this is Hive Social's website here. It's hivesocial.app. Okay, you can scroll down here, socialize on Hive. They have a dark mode, they have a white mode. By the way, if you're one of these psychos that uses a light mode, please don't. Genesis says, no 10-factor authentication. I know, right? I know. Gotta get on that. Anyway, going through here, bring back what you used to love about social media in a new way: profile, music, text, images, posts, polls, Q&A, and so much more. It is a very nice layout. I'll tell you guys that. It's familiar. It feels, but it does feel different because they're borrowing elements definitely from other social medias and whatnot. So images, GIFs, video, polls. I haven't tried doing a video yet, and I have yet to do a poll. I've done a couple of GIFs though. Okay. Discover content curated for you. Okay, so you can go to the trending, the interests that you have, things like that. And some of the updated features here as of recent: profile music. So on the iOS app, not the Android app yet, you can put music on your profile. You can go to your profile, put music on there, and away you go. So very much almost like TikTok kind of thing, or like MySpace back in the day. MySpace was just like that. They had music on your profile. Color themes. I have the purple theme on mine. And of course, you can display your pronouns and your zodiac sign if you prefer to. You don't need to. You can have that option. Okay. Now, if we go to guidelines, they do have some very basic guidelines. They've basically said, listen, if you want to show the nudes, you've got to tag it as such. And if you don't, you're kicked off. It's that simple. That's one of the straightforward policies on there. Okay, so they do have some very basic community guidelines. They're constantly updating this. Respect, mindfulness, and words appropriate. Report inappropriate content. Keep the Hive community authentic, and keep it appropriate. Okay, so you can definitely go through that, read about all that. It's pretty straightforward, although there is a lot of things that definitely need to be clarified and whatnot. We have zero tolerance when it comes to sharing sexual content involving minors or threatening to post it, imitate images, and others. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Twitter is pretty much the same way. Whether you believe that or not. Okay, and of course you can contact them, and away you go. Going under privacy here. Now this says effective November 16th, but apparently they've also updated it a lot as of today. So again, they're about their privacy, the information collected, log data, things like that. The log data may include information such as your device, IP protocol, IP address, device name, operating system version, and the configuration of the app when utilizing our service, the time and date of your use of your social service, and other statistics. Okay, so pretty transparent about that kind of thing. Information about cookies, everything's here. But as I pointed out before, there are still other concerns about where's the data going from. Again, it's 2 or 3 people that are running things right now that are running it 24/7 here. Okay. There's a help center here to get some basic information. What is Hive, beta program, Android app, NSFF, etc. Okay. Now we'll go to the about section here. The story, how we got started. So I went here originally, and then I also went and read some articles to get some additional information. But this is all pretty accurate from what I saw. June 2019, so just over 3 years, people. Okay. Founders gifted an iMac and begins to self-teach Swift. Okay. And then October, Hive's first app version is launched on the iOS App Store. November 2020, new user experience is done to improve Hive. 2021 February, Hive reaches number 1 in the iOS App Store. I think they reached number 1 today as well with the amount of downloads. And May 2021, our dev is brought on board to build Hive's most exciting updates. They did a first check on October 2020. Most tech companies have funding anywhere between 10 million and 20 million. Hive's funding, however, originally comes from 2 college students. In October, Hive secured its first check from an angel investor for its pre-seed round. Okay, they don't name the amount, but they just, again, these are things that people are asking about, like, where is the money coming from, right? Because I know that that kind of stuff can make people nervous. And then today, our pre-seed round was partially raised. Funding has been used for our new updates. Android requests continue to pour in, and we expect an Android release to hit the great Google Play Store in 2022. So this needs to be obviously updated for today, because they actually, according to a tweet, again, ironically enough, a tweet today, said that they actually hit one of their recent goals on WeFunder, which has been interesting. Okay. And of course, if you need to contact them, contact at the top here. Now, there is no web interface. They have a website, but you have to use iOS or Android. That's it. That's it for now. There's no web interface right now. So that kind of brings me to some of the questions and concerns that I have. And it's always good to ask questions. It's always good to be skeptical. Don't be a dick about it. It's pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. Let's go through this. So some questions that I have, some of these I came up with my own. Some of these actually run parallel with some of the articles I read today. As I told you guys, the Android app feels clunky. It kind of feels fragile. It feels like it could crash anytime. It hasn't crashed on it yet. But again, they've had, apparently over this past weekend, according to the TechCrunch article I read, they had 80,000 people sign up over the weekend. And that's when I heard about it. I saw it trending late last night. I didn't pay much attention to it until I literally opened up my Twitter today, and so the first 3 tweets I saw were Hive, 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 and I'm like, okay, what is this? Right? So 80,000 people signed up over the weekend, and then who knows how many people signed up today, but over 1 million active users as of this evening, as of a couple hours ago. Okay, crazy, okay? Like I said, no desktop app. Social media managers are not going to like this. I've also seen a lot of brand names, unfortunately, people sitting on handles, duplicate names. I know that's being worked on. I'll give you guys an example. I had to check with them today. Nomad Goods. Nomad, you guys know Nomad? They followed me on Hive, and I had to DM them on Twitter to say, hey, this you? They're like, yeah. And then they filled in their profile and whatnot. Away we go, right? Away we go. Let's bring up here. No, I don't think there's gonna be any selling. Gino says, I think those days are gone. I don't know. I guess it's up to Hive to decide how they want to approach that. Do they cross verify with a website and verification that way, or something like that? This is really new territory, right? The way things have blown up and whatnot. So, let's go through here. Okay, we talked about the search function. And that's basically it right now. So, let me show you guys Hive one more time here. Oh, let's go bring her up this way. All right, here we go. So again, this is my notification feed right here. Comments, people that have liked, things like that. Okay. But again, it feels very... Oh, look at that. They have an actual refresh. That this pull down here was not working before. It was just it just kind of jumped around, but now it's actually working. There might be less people. It might be something they just put it on the server side. I don't know. It's exciting. It's different. Look at that. Elon Musk Twitter. Hive coming up. I don't know if it's that serious, dude, but it still makes it fun, right? Still makes it interesting. And yeah, just going through here. So that's Hive. I've had a lot of fun going through the Discover tab here and the different topics. I found some interesting people and things like that to check out. I definitely want to try it on iOS because, again, I hear it's a lot more polished experience. Here, I'm going to go ahead and make a buzz. So this is what it looks like when you make a buzz. And then you can tap the picture thing over there. You hit the GIFs, the poll. You can add different tags, things like that. That's what a buzz looks like, okay? And then away you go. Let's go ahead and close that there. So that's Hive, and that's pretty much everything we know so far. I'll definitely try to break down the stream into consumable chapters there for people that may have missed or whatnot. And I guess my question is for those of you that are watching, I know which ones of you have made Hive accounts, but I mean, are any of you actually planning on making Hive accounts? Whether you're reserving your handle or if you're looking for something different or if you're just interested. Like I said, lots of things to still be kind of fixed and working on there. Lots of security and privacy questions and just clarification that we need. I don't think there's anything nefarious going on, but I guess we'll see. I look forward to some more, some good journalism out there and some more deep diving and whatnot. I felt like I probably could have left this stream till tomorrow, but it seems like to be the thing that everybody's talking about. And speaking of people talking about this, I'm amazed and perplexed at how many people are upset when someone else says, hey, I made a so-and-so account, find me here. People just go off and go nuts. And there's nothing wrong with a little discourse and questioning why and whatnot, but why are some people getting so angry? Yes, I think we're all aware that Twitter is not going anywhere yet. But we also said the same thing about MySpace. We said the same thing about Facebook. The majority of the younger folk and whatnot, the under 20 crowd and whatnot are gone off of Facebook. They're not the majority over there. It's the 35 plus crowd. That's true in just the analytics alone. Okay. People said the same thing about, like I said, about MySpace, about how, it'll be here forever. And then it just slowly died. It was a slow death. Twitter could possibly go through the same thing. Do I want to? Hell no. Of course I don't want to. I've met some amazing people. I've directly profited off of using Twitter. It's been a good time, right? I think, there's definitely elements that need to be cleaned up and hopefully fixed and whatnot. But there are also tools at your disposal on Twitter so that it can be a more enjoyable experience. You can block, you can mute words, right? Don't follow certain people, right? If you get triggered or upset with something, then don't follow the information. Don't look at it. It's kind of like that Simpsons episode with it was a Halloween episode. Don't look. With the crazy billboards and everything beating people up, right? Do you guys remember that episode? That was like season 6 or 7. Anyway, go ahead. No, go ahead and steal Genosis. There you go, people. Go ahead. Make a buzz. How do you make some money? There you go. Yeah, there you go. People still do it with URLs. There you go. Exactly. So I don't understand. I mean, if it's not for you, if you want to hang out on Twitter, then fine, do that, right? But to go off on people because they decided to share a link or whatever to a different social media site or whatever, it's fine. I don't think there's any mass exodus. People are not leaving Twitter in droves. At least it doesn't seem like it to me, at least not in my circles. Let people enjoy the things that they want to enjoy. That's it, right? If you want to take a look at Hive as an alternative, then give her. Get your handle, check it out. I've been on Vero here and there. That's like an Instagram alternative, posting an image every couple of days, interacting, following some different people over there. It's been fun. The Vero interface is beautiful. The UI is absolutely awesome. It's a great experience over there. But it definitely has a long ways to go to beat or meet something like Instagram. The reason why TikTok has done so well when you look at video versus video platforms is vertical and quick plus popular music. Those are 3 things right there. That's to TikTok's explosion and growth, for example. Also the ease of use. If you've ever made a TikTok, you know how easy it is. It's just ridiculous, right? You can take time, you can do a proper setup and lighting and this and that. edit and everything and then upload it. Yes, but you can also very much blow up and do very well on TikTok by literally just holding the phone in front of your face and doing your thing. Right? That's why TikTok has done so well. That's why YouTube is, pretty much trying to copy and do their own shorts thing, right? Ease of use. One of the reasons I think that Hive will do well is that when people look at it compared to, say, Mastodon or even Twitter, familiar, easy to use, music, right? It's all very simple. The more complicated a social media app is, or any app in general, the more it turns people away. Think about Android versus iPhone. I think all of us here can relate to that. We know that iPhone is just ridiculously easy to use. That's why it's the most popular hardware in North America, right? Because it's easy to use. It just works, right? Now, obviously, there can be arguments with saying how Android has developed over the years. Absolutely. I think there's easy to use, Samsung and obviously Pixel devices. But they got to get past that past reputation of complicated this and that. Like, to this day, my friends and family, they know that Android's gotten easier, but they always think in the back. They always ask that question, Zach, is it as complicated as it used to be? Do I have to fix up widgets and this and that, right? It takes a while to get over that hump, right? So it's interesting to look at the progression, how things change. What just fell? Oh, never mind. It's interesting to look at just the progression, how things have changed and how people adapt and how resistant people are to things. It's interesting seeing some of my tech peers and friends and how resistant they are to trying out a new app, when these are the same people that will try out a new phone every month, every 3 weeks. Seriously, think about that. The same people that show you different hardware, different piece of tech every single week won't take 5 seconds to make an account. It took me 30 seconds. Yeah. So that's interesting, right? But at the same time, it also takes my parents 5 seconds to sign up for WhatsApp, and they wouldn't. So now we're doing iMessage to RCS, which is, seems to be working fine. People are fickle. I'm stubborn like that. Absolutely I am. Absolutely am. So I think we all are to some point with certain things, right? Yeah. I'm triggered that you're triggered. Something you have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, and actually, side note, like, if you're new to these live streams here, we're kind of like all over the place here. Yeah, too bad about Jason David Frank. I hate to say this, but I thought this is how it would end with him. Aaron Carter, Kevin Conroy, now Jason David Frank. Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah, I grew up with Power Rangers, man. I used to watch Power Rangers all the time. White and Green Ranger were one of my favorites, absolutely. After the Red Ranger. Mastodon! No, just kidding. That's what people think of when they think of the app now. But anyway, let's go back into the app here real quick. Oh, I almost turned off my screen there for a second. We'll take another quick look. I think people are messaging me and putting stuff on Hive right now because they know I'm live with you guys. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get over whatever it is I have. Anyway, you can see at the top here, new posts. So if I go new posts. Okay, so Delvon just posted an awesome picture. Another place to share my art. Love it. That's great, man. So we can go ahead and like that. Right. Oh, I got a DM here. Let's take a quick look at this DM. I knew he was. I'm watching your live lol while on the app. It's not that much better on iOS. I'm using it now. There you go. There you go. You guys heard it first from There we go. The power of the internet, people. There we go. The power of the internet. The power of the internet here. Yeah. Anyway, interesting. Yeah, he's totally doing this for some free promo. And that's okay. That's okay. So, anyway. That's Hive. I don't know what else to add in there. I've pretty much summarized the whole day, but it's been interesting to go through it. It's been interesting to see the reactions from people on Twitter, whatnot. I don't know what the flavor of the week's going to be next week. I don't know if I'm going to talk about Hive anymore. I definitely find people switching, people getting upset. This whole chaotic thing, very interesting. It's been a trip. Let me tell you that. I just wish people would just not get so upset. Not get upset that people are talking about other social media apps, because that's how you find out about other social media apps, is through social media apps, like literally. Unless it was back in 2004 when I was walking through the call center at Shaw Cable and I heard a bunch of girls talking about Facebook. I mean, I think that's the exception of when I didn't find out. I think I heard about Twitter through a news article, like on the national news. And this was back in the day when you had to text with Twitter. Anybody that remember that? Those were the days, man. You had to text to send out a tweet. That was wild. That's why I didn't come to Canada for a long time, because cross-border tweeting costs more for some reason. I don't know. Being a Shaw employee, I will say this. I liked my time at Shaw. I had a good time at Shaw. That's just a complete side thing. I miss working at Shaw. I got a lot of my work values and things that I take with me every day now from what I learned at Shaw and whatnot. So, yeah, there were issues, but I think there's issues with any employer out there. Anyway, I don't know if I had anything else to show you guys with Hive. We showed you guys the website. I've got the website. I got the articles up here from TechCrunch, Forbes, and CNET. There's tons of articles out there. Definitely take a search. Take a look around. Let's go to the Hive. This will be fun. Let's go to Hive Social's Twitter account. I know, I realize the irony in this, right? It's just, let's take a look at their Twitter account, right? Okay, so just for fun, because it's public, anybody can look this up. These are people that I follow, or they follow me, that are following the Hive account now. And like I told you, there was only 3 names here this morning. Okay, there are 3 names here. By the way, John Prosser is on Hive. Go look for him. He's probably watching right now going, no! You know, Viper actually joined there yesterday. I thought that was interesting. He said that he joined yesterday. Wow, Stephanie was not here earlier. Not that I saw. Brian Tong, Paris, Justine. So those are the people that I follow or follow me that are following them on Twitter. Interesting. And they've been retweeting a lot of people that are using their app now. They did heart a couple tweets that I sent out and whatnot, which I thought was interesting. So they've been retweeting, getting people out there. So there you go. 1 million active users. I don't know if that's iOS exclusive or across iOS and Android. I think it's probably both, because they have both the App Store and Google Play down here, which is interesting. But going through their Twitter has been interesting. They've been replying to a lot of people, getting a lot of information out there. And yeah, we'll go from there. There was a TikTok that that my sister saw a couple months ago, because I asked her about this today, and she said that she heard about Hive a couple months ago. So I guess there's people on TikTok that have been talking about this for a while as well. So sign up for Hive to get technical support from John. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, he's over there. So I don't know what else to rant and talk about tonight. I was going to talk to you guys. Well, okay. I tweeted about this on Sunday. And I'm sorry there wasn't a stream yesterday. We're going to a different topic right now, a completely different topic. And it's about video games and digital downloads or add-ons that you get for your video games. So whether it be PlayStation or Xbox or PC, Steam, whatever it is, okay? I'm going to preface this by saying this. I completely agree, and I completely support the policy of once you've downloaded this game, once you've downloaded this add-on, you cannot refund, cannot exchange. I get that. One and done. It's been like that for years. So I don't know how it is with Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's the same. But once you download or once you stream that game on PlayStation or that add-on, you cannot return it. So the moment you buy it, done. Over with. I'm not going to point out the game, Rumbleverse, but I want to say that if if you release a patch or a new season for your game, Rumbleverse, and it doesn't work for 4 days, I want my money back. Okay? I want my, and I know it sounds petty. It sounds petty. I want my $7 back for the add-on that I purchased, because for those 4, almost 5 days, I haven't been able to play your game, Rumbleverse. Okay, I'm just saying, Iron Galaxy, who's the maker of Rumbleverse. I'm just saying, if it's not working, you need to refund people when they ask for it. Okay, I don't care if it's going to work later, or you're working on it, or we're new at this. Okay, or air quotes. Okay, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. As a consumer, I don't buy a car hoping to get the other 2 tires later on. Thanks for the 2 tires. Thanks for the car without an alternator. I'll use it next week when you get it to me. No. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys about Stadia in just a second here. So, working game and whatnot, download, pay for it. I get that. Add-on, work the game. As long as the game works and everything, cool, right? But if I download an add-on, a $7 add-on, and your game doesn't work when I go to use that add-on, I want my money back. Now, yes, I know you're going to probably fix it. You say you're probably going to fix it. You have a good track record of fixing things. That's not the point. As a consumer, you should be taking care of those refund requests, or not even have those packages available to get rid of that. Now, that being said, as a consumer, I have options. Never in my life have I ever put a dispute or a chargeback, you can use either word, a dispute or chargeback, up here in Canada we call it dispute, with a purchase on my credit card. That means I've gone to my credit card company, I've filled out the form saying, here's the product, it wasn't delivered or it's not working, here's how much it is, here's why. Then they decide if I get my money back. I have never done that. Never, ever. Until this past weekend. I did it twice. And do I feel bad about it? No, I don't. Absolutely not. For those 4 or 5 days last week, close to 5 days, I couldn't use your product. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have limited time in the evenings and on the weekends to play video games. I usually have 90 minutes to 2 hours in the evening if I'm not doing editing and things like that for the show or whatnot. Okay, because like pretty much after the show tonight, I'm going to be putting chapters in and working on what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and by that time, I'm off to bed. But some evenings, I get the chapters and things like that done right away, and I have a couple hours, maybe 90 minutes to myself. On the weekend, same thing. I got kids; they want to play video games. I let them have their few hours here and there. I got things to do. I'm a homeowner. I got to clear the snow. I got to buy the groceries. Got to plan dinner. I have limited time. I'm definitely a casual gamer. I don't have time during the day, not with my day work and everything. Not even close. Not even close. Not even during my lunch hour. Not even close. So when I can't play your game that I've purchased an add-on for, yeah, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be upset. So I issued chargebacks on those 2 items. Don't feel bad about it at all. Will I go back and play your game? Yeah, I'll probably check it out. In the meantime, I've uninstalled it. Playing something else that that works. And I don't care that you're new. I don't care that you have a small staff. I don't care what the policies are. These are not excuses. You put yourself on the PlayStation Store. You knew what you're getting into. I don't think the expectations are that unreasonable. If your game works and the season works, cool. If it doesn't, give me back my money. Right? And this has nothing to do with losing in the game and whatnot. I suck at Rumbleverse. I get my ass kicked all over that map. Okay? But the game is so much fun. It's ridiculously addicting. Okay? So, I'm just asking for a working product. If it doesn't work, if I can't use it, because your product works, because I queue up and I get kicked out of the queue after 5 minutes, then I queue up again and I get kicked out after 5 minutes. In a 2-hour time period, I play 3 games because I had to restart the game every time. That's a problem. I think most gamers and people that have purchased digital downloads, add-ons, games like that for video game systems would probably agree with me. If it doesn't work, give me back my money, right? Until it does work, then hey, charge me again, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think I can beat that rant. I understand how ticked off he was. There was a question up here. Aren't return policies set by the PlayStation Store, not developers? How that work exactly? So, Sean, that's a very good question, because when I talked to Iron Galaxy, the developers, the makers of Rumbleverse, they told me to talk to PlayStation. When I finally got in touch with PlayStation's customer service, holy shit, they told me to talk to Iron Galaxy. Round and round we go. Right? Yeah. So I don't know, but I went to both and I requested for both. They wouldn't budge. They wouldn't budge, even though I'm literally sitting in front of my computer on a Saturday afternoon when your game's not working and you won't refund my money. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So, and I think one of the other things that really just kind of blows my mind are the people, especially gamers, people that aren't even employed by these companies, that defend this. No, this is not the way it is. Okay? I'm a casual gamer. I don't care what you call me. I have limited time. I want to enjoy my time when I turn on the PlayStation. You know, I don't have a lot of other, hobbies outside of that. Cooking, hanging out with my kids, PlayStation, YouTube stuff. Right? And other social medias. Sprinkle them all in there, right? I want things to work. It's that simple. I don't think it's unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable at all. I don't have any rants about Stadia. I did get notified this past weekend that my Cyberpunk 2077 was refunded. It hasn't showed up my credit card yet. It should by Friday at the latest, I'm thinking. And the hardware refund has not showed up yet. I'm assuming that will. Yeah, dude, I'm a total noob. I don't care. Time to build a PC. Yeah. What? I can't. Can I play Crysis? Is that what the joke is on this Mac? Anyway. Yeah. I used to have a gaming PC back in the day, but I became a Mac person because I just got complacent and lazy. I just wanted simple. Kind of like how people are with social media apps. Ooh, it's new. Better get angry. But yeah, I've been notified of my Stadia game refund. Cyberpunk was the only game I purchased, which run amazingly. I played it on the weekend. I know the server's being turned off, but I played it on the weekend. But I have not been notified of the controller. I bought the Wasabi controller, the green one, and I got it for a discount for $50. I bought it back in 2020. So I'm assuming I'll be notified with that. Based on what I've seen online on Twitter. Again, here we are with Twitter. It seems like most people in the United States have already been refunded, both software and hardware. Now it looks like Canadians and people in the UK are getting their software refunds, and I think hardware will probably come next, kind of thing. They'll be done everything by mid-January there. So going from PC to Mac was equivalent going from Twitter to Facebook. Hey man, I'm still using Chrome. I've never switched. I've never used Safari. I use Safari once in a blue moon over here. But yeah. No, I'm not going to rant about that. Nope. Sorry, TechWare. We're not going to talk about that. I want to avoid that topic altogether. So, yeah. Sorry, bud. I could definitely have an epic rant about that, but I'm not going to. So we got a comment here. I'm just waiting for it to kind of pop up here so I can bring it up. So Sean says, Hive looks like crap, to be honest. It seems like everyone's complaining about Twitter, but it's just mass hysteria. Nobody's going to build an audience on Hive or Mastodon. It seems ridiculous. Well, I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, right? I definitely agree with you, Sean. We talked about this before, that there's a lot of hysteria. Oh my God, the sky is falling, whatever. I definitely agree with you there. I don't think it happens overnight though. Nowadays, I really don't. People have options. It'll be a slow burn. excuse me, the MySpace didn't, as an example, didn't just, die like that. It was a slow burn, right? People slowly went to Facebook, slowly went to other apps and things like that, right? So it's good to have options. If you want to make an account on these other apps, then go ahead and give it. I'd say just out of personal interest, out of personal curiosity, like, try it out. Just make your handle and try it out. And nothing hurting it. And then at least, save your password and then move on, right? That's pretty much what I'm doing. And I'll put out the occasional buzz, I guess I cut over there, and way you go, right? So I look forward to seeing the changes and the things like that they make. I'll keep on building my audience, people that want to be over there. Cool, right? Yeah. Don says Twitter's built for hype. Unfortunately, all hype is on Twitter right now. Yeah, and it's true. I mean, when you're reinstating banned accounts, and did anybody here notice? Did anybody else notice that Twitter no longer has the downvote button? Like if you were in a thread with other people and you didn't like to reply, you could downvote it, kind of like on Reddit. It's gone now. It's gone. I noticed that today. It's gone. Actually, I think it was my wife that pointed out. Sean, there you go. I'm with you, buddy. I think I had a live journal. Did I have a live journal? I think I had a live journal. I know I had a MySpace. Yeah. Politics. Yeah, we try to keep it, we don't talk about the orange over here and everything like that. I can't really, I don't know if I can really have an opinion. I'm a Canadian, although U.S. policy does affect us in a major way up here. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, people, that's it. I encourage you to check out Hive if you want to. You know what you're getting into and how unpolished it is right now, but I think it has huge potential. I really do. I hope that they get more people on board. I hope it kind of takes off or anything like that, because I think it could be the next thing. Who knows? It may just blow up tomorrow. The servers may just burn down. Who knows? We don't know. We also don't know what Elon's doing. So, yeah. Not sure about that one, Sean. I am also no fan of that person. I'm also no excuse me. I'm also no fan of that person. You got me so upset. I'm coughing here. Anyway, hopefully we're streaming tomorrow, unless I get sick again, which is weird. Appreciate everybody coming through tonight, members, all the people and whatnot. You guys know where to find me on the socials. Links are down below. No, I'm not going to start linking my Hive in my descriptions. I don't think I'm going to, because I can't even find. That's another thing too. I can't even find my direct link for Hive. I can share a direct link to a Buzz, like one of my posts, but not to my profile. Lots of things to be fixed. Anyway, I appreciate all you guys coming through tonight. I'll let you guys go. I will see you probably on Twitter and Hive. Take care. Cheers.